Want to share my screen? Okay, so yeah. Which one are you looking at? I used to Excel sheet. Yeah. Okay, so basically we don't have I'm new at this company, so I'm leading the marketing team, and one of the things is there's not full tracking of everything on the website at the moment. Um, so this navigation, for example, is a brand new navigation. And we want to be able to track um, just basically conversions and clicks across the navigation, but not only the menu, but we also want to know which page on the menu to click that from. So I can obviously write down this requirement and send it to you. But the interesting part here is that the website is kind of two different websites. So if you see it's devpost.com, this is actually the product. Um, and this is managed by our internal dev team. And then if you go, for example, to resources, it becomes info.devpost. So that's the marketing website, and that's hosted on Webflow. So we have a lot more control. Maybe I sharing my full screen. Okay. Do you see it now? Okay. So, for example, if you go on the home page, which is, or like with the main, yeah. So if you go to devpost.com, yeah, exactly. And this is the product page. So anything that has the URL devpost.com, that hackathon platform. So if you can see, there's a bunch of hackathons listed. And then if people want to join a hackathon, there's this. So I want to track the navigation across the homepage and the marketing website, but they're actually different navigations. So I wanted to know if that's possible to track in Google Analytics. Like this is, so let me open it in two browsers, info.devpost. So they link to one another so a user can browse through the website and they will hop from info.devpost to devpost.com. From the user perspective, it shouldn't look like two different websites, but it is actually two different websites. Everything that's on devpost.com, marketing doesn't have access to. So that's managed by our engineering team. The marketing website, which is on Webflow, is the one that we have full access to and full control over. So that's the tricky part. So this navigation is actually different from this navigation. Um, so is it possible to still track that in Google Analytics, or will we have to set that up separately with our product team? Okay, okay. And so in our Google Analytics, it tracks everything, I believe. So your dev post, we just go to explore and look at these reports that we build out, where we select the URL path, and that way we can look at everything that's happening on the marketing website. Um, but what I don't see at the moment is I want to track conversion rates. So it's um, how many people are converting, and our conversion points or our conversion events will be form fills. So we usually have a demo form fill or a guide download form fill. So ideally want to be able to track that. on the website. So there's multiple forms across the website. This is one. Uh, and then like each guide basically has its own form. So if you go and click on this or this, each one is a form. And so how do you recommend tracking conversion rate? Would it be people who submitted the form? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think we're tracking that. Or, yeah, if you could help set up a report where we can see that. So, for example, um, so if I can see the page and views, I also want to see conversion rate, which is any form fill. But I also want to filter it for only demo form fills and only guide download form fills because they're two different type of leads. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. What do you mean when it happens? Mm. Oh, like when they click the button. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Do you have some format in which you want it, or should I just put it in a doc? Okay, okay, fine. So that's pretty good. And then I can give you basically screenshots. So in my previous company, somebody had built out a Looker report. I basically want the same report here where you can see traffic and conversions by each page, each blog, and then navigation clicks and conversions across each page. So I'll send you screenshots of that, and if we could replicate that, because you're good with Looker as well, right? Yeah. And then yeah, I don't know if this is helpful, but um, like this is a way for us to know what are the events and which are the custom parameters attached to them, and then here are the list of potential parameters. I don't know if this is helpful for you to refer to. None of this is okay. Okay. Um, so maybe in this, I'll also add the other stuff we just discussed. So there'll just be one doc, and then you can let me know if there's any questions around it. But essentially, we just want full traffic and conversion rate tracking across the website, all the basic stuff for each page. But then we also want to set up tracking for specific elements on the website. That's all. Mm. Mm. Yes, yeah. So do you want a list of all the pages that are info.devpost? Okay. Okay. Any, yeah, It's when, yeah, it's any of the resources section, but then it's also this stuff. So dev post for team and all these use cases are also info.devpost. These are product pages basically. And then but so this one, these two are just devpost.com. This one is devpost.com. This one is info.devpost. This is info.devpost. And all of these are info.devpost. So it's like a mix a little bit. Basically, anything we have on Webflow, which is a marketing page, is info dot. And the product page is basically where we list all the hackathons, where people can register for hackathons, where people can log in to create an account, all of that. So you'll also notice if you go to devpost.com, this right side will have a search bar and a login button and notifications. But if you go to info dot, it's a book or demo CTA. So that's, yes, yeah. So the way I want to track conversions is, for example, if somebody landed on this page and then they clicked read more and then they booked a demo, I want to know basically which is the first page they entered from until they converted to a form and which is the last page on which they converted. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. 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 Yeah. Um, so yeah, I'll put all of it in a doc, and then you can let me know just in the chat if there's any questions. I can hop on a Zoom as well. But does this sound kind of like many other things you've done, or is it a little different? Okay. And what would you need access to? Okay. Just those. Okay. Okay, so I'll give you that. So basically I need to start a project, right? Yeah. Yeah. Custom, custom made. Yeah. No. Do you need Webflow access or? Okay, fine. Yeah. And then if there's any work you need done on devpost.com, you can let me know and then the internal developer can help do that. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Uh, yeah. And then if you could also just look at our analytics setup and just check if it's done properly or if there's any common things people are. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes.